Hey everybody, this is John from Purple Sorcerer Games, and in this tutorial video for the Crawler's Companion, I will be showing the online data entry component to the crawler that makes it easy to enter your data using your main computer and then be able to access it from within the crawler. You start off, if we were to be at the Purple Sorcerer Games homepage, if you go under Tools, Crawler's Companion, Crawler Campaign Data, and you click on that, it takes you to this screen. And there's really two components to it. There's creating a campaign and updating an existing campaign. So we'll start off by creating a campaign. And you'll notice that there is quite a bit of text. I've tried to give lots of instructions here about how it works to make it as straightforward as possible when you're getting into this, doing it for the first time. But as a basic description, the first thing you have to choose for your campaign is a campaign name. Now, in the system that I'm using now, when you create a campaign, it just creates a text file on my server in a community folder based on the campaign name that you choose. So you're going to want to choose a name that is somewhat distinct, and that you can remember. You don't want to call it My Campaign or Campaign 1, because then if someone else has the same campaign name, there could be a clash. So we'll come up with an interesting name called Super Terrific Campaign, which I think you're probably fairly safe that no one else is using that name. So we've created the name here, and now we have two boxes where we have our encounter data and then our party data. If you remember, there were the two screens inside the crawler. One was the encounter data for the foes, and the other was the party data for the party members. It's quite simple to enter the information. It's just a text field. You'll want to start off with a pound sign and then the name of the encounter. So it could be like encounter. Now this you can name anything you want because this will just be specific to your individual campaign. So you could call it encounter 1 or fearsome bandits like I have here, really whatever you'd like. So you start off with the pound sign, the name, and then you list all of the combatants, their name, a comma, their initiative bonus, a comma, their hit points, and then optionally another comma to do their max hit points if you want to have them be like a different amount of hit points than what they start with. And then after that, you can also enter another number, which would be the number of bad guys. And you see if they're all represented here. So if I just highlight and select Fearsome Bandits and I type it in here. So we have Grongar the Mighty, which is just doing the name, the initiative bonus, and his hit points. Then Blippy the Bleed has his name, his initiative bonus, only starting with 3 hit points, but having a maximum of 5 hit points. And then we want to have a group of gnome thugs. So we have gnome thug, their initiative, their normal hit points, max hit points, and then the 8 means that there will be 8 of those gnome thugs. So of course you'll have to include the max hit point to be able to go to the number of combatants, so it knows it needs to see the 5 fields, and it'll know the 5th one means the number of bad guys. And you're going to want to name them like Gnome Thug rather than Gnome Thugs, because the script itself will add an S onto the name, so you don't want to have like Gnome Thugs. So just name them Gnome Thug, and it'll automatically add the information on top. Then when we go down to the party, it's basically exactly the same, that you do the pound sign, the name of the party, and then the same thing, only with this, obviously you can't have multiple, you can't have 8 happy Nicks. So you can just choose to have their name, initiative bonus, hit points, and then max hit points if it's different. And then it will create them for you. Now, if you want to have additional parties, then you need to go and create a blank space and then put like the, second encounter, and then enter the information below there. And so make sure you have that space between the encounters, and you can put as many of them as you want inside. So we'll just copy these for doing a sample party. Well, let's add 1 foe, because if we save this data, second encounter, actually we'll just use the save time and use the same guys. So then once everything looks good, you just go down to here, and now you just have to type in PSG in all caps. This is a simple, it keeps out the bots. And then you click submit. And once you click submit, then it goes and it saves the information on my server. Now it gives you this link right here, which has like the name of your campaign And if you save this, if you bookmark this link, then you can always come quickly and easily right back to your campaign, which is pretty darn cool. So now if you want to update the campaign after, say, that we've had a few battles, we want to add an additional encounter, you can go into update campaign form. It'll ask you the name of your encounter. And this is why it's really important to have remembered the name of our campaign. Remember, it was the Super Terrific campaign. And I'll cheat and just go and copy it. Then if we go update campaign form and you type it in there, click submit, then it brings up that data, and then you can change it to your taste. Type in PSG, hit update, and you're good to go. So now one thing that's pretty cool is that if, say, for example, you're going to be running Sailors of the Starless Sea. Well, I've gone, if you on this text link right here where it says published adventures, I've gone through and taken a bunch of Purple Sorcerer Games adventures. Sorry, I still need to do um, Carnival of the Damned, so I'm really sorry, David. I got to get that entered in there. But I have a number of Purple Sorcerer Games adventures, Goodman Games adventures, Thick Skull adventures, and so then you can go click on, you're going to be running Sailors of the Starless Sea. You click on it, and now you can go and highlight, copy, go back to the campaign for the encounter data, space down, enter the information, and now when you click update, now all that information is entered and you didn't have to go in and type it all in yourself. Now I'd love as more and more people use this tool, if people want to prepare the additional published adventures that I haven't included, so we can just fill out this list with almost any adventure that people can run into, then that would be fantastic. And the default campaign that when you load up the Crawler's Companion before you've changed it to your own campaign is published, and it is all of these adventures, so all of them are included. But so that is how the online data management tools work. I think they're pretty straightforward. If you have any questions or you think things can be streamlined, let me know, and I'll be happy to look to. This is like I said, the updating the crawler is a lot more difficult than updating these online tools. So I'll try to keep it and to refine it as time goes by to make it easier and easier for people to add their own information. But I think that doing it this way is going to save folks a lot of time in the end. So I hope you enjoy the tool. Take care.